Well, welcome back into the studio for another installation of our Powertex product information series. So last month we talked about rusty powder, and this month we're going to be talking about Powertex's bisters. Now, bisters come in two forms. You can purchase them in the pigment or powder form, and you can purchase them in the liquid form. And we're going to talk about the differences between the two. I'm going to show you them, and we're going to swatch the colors, at least that I have. And I will show you samples of the different colors that there are in the line. And I also have some links to informational sheets and different videos showing them being used. And yeah, so let's dive into Powertex's bisters. So like I've mentioned, there are two forms of bisters that you can purchase, the liquid and the pigment or powder. Now, the liquid is already constituted for you. You run out, you can get the powder and remix yourself some more. That's the beauty of these. So it really depends on what you're doing with them as to why you would want the pigment or the liquid, the powder pigment or the liquid. Now, what is a bister? The bister is a water-based tinted walnut ink. So even though this is the brown and this is the green, they are both made from walnut ink. So it's where pigment has been added to the walnut ink to create a bister in this case. So they are so versatile. It's amazing, and it's it's really easy. With a spray bottle, you can either spray them, you can use a pipette. I've even pulled out the tip and used the end to sprinkle it. You can use a brush by just adding it to this. You can add your bisters and mix it in with other products to use. They're just very versatile. So the brown does come in, the only color that comes in a larger size than what you see here, which this is the 250 mil or 8.45 ounce, but you can get it, or no, this is the 100 mil, I apologize. This is the 100 mil or 3.4 ounce, but in the brown, because it's the most sought after color, you can get that in a 250 mil bottle or 8.45 ounces. So that's the only one that comes in the larger size, at least for now, because it's the most popular. So bister inks are water reactive. They are not permanent, so they must be sealed with a varnish or a transparent universal medium to protect them. So that's the first thing that needs to be said. Now, the bisters in the powder form are actually more like a granule. So you can see here, they're very granulated. So these can be added, like I said, you can mix them with water to get, to essentially just create more. And so you would just add, and I will link this sheet down below, but this is like your informational sheet about bisters, and it gives you tons of different ideas of how to use either the liquid or the powder. It actually shows you some samples of using them. Like I will link this, but like the website is just a plethora of information about all Powertex products. You can spread these on canvases with a spatula. You can spray them. Yeah, tons of different ways to use them. So there's also, they are wonderful on cracked surfaces, because they will seep, especially the liquid will seep into the crevices and create, really make those cracks just pop out. They're awesome for that. So anyways, that is the difference between the two, the liquid and the granules. So something I thought we could do is that we could color swatch these in both the spray and the powder. And I did want to also show you that this is the blue bister. I did not have it in the spray, in the liquid form. So I created my own liquid form of it from these crystals, and I actually added a product called Powertex to it so that it becomes fixed. It is still a little water soluble, but not where it moves greatly, not where you're going to really notice that. And I will link the video to how I did this in the upper right hand corner. So I thought it would be fun to see that also, that this is one in the liquid form that I did right from the granules. So let's get into doing that. Let's go through the sprays first so that you can see these. And I am just gonna dip. And this is the brown patina. So beautiful. And I am going to use the granules. Might as well, since I have the colors out. And my brush is just a tad wet, and I'm just going to grab some crystals by dipping in, and then I'm going to add them to my palette and reconstitute those. Take a little minute to melt with that water. And here is the brown. And it's going to be significantly darker because we haven't added a lot of water to it. And that's what you're seeing the difference here. So that's the brown. The green I do not have in a powder. Green is my favorite. Green and brown probably are my favorite. I don't know, I really love the mahogany too, but we'll get to that. So here you can really see how that walnut ink is coming through. It's still green pigment, has a green pigment to it. It really reminds me of those watercolors that have like that dark color in them. And here is the black. And you can see that brown tone coming from the walnut ink that is the base of these. And this is the blue that I made from the granules. And these, you're going to see when I do the crystals how much darker. Now this is kind of watered down, but it gives you an idea. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't shake it. So you always want to shake it because that walnut will go to the bottom. Now I got foam on there. And this is the mahogany. Mahogany does not come in the powder pigment. And the mahogany is, oh, luscious. It's definitely mahogany. These swatch sheets are also available on the web page. I will link that also down below in my description box for you. Yeah, that's just gorgeous. Okay, that is the extent of all my liquid bisters. So we're gonna come back and let's do the red. It's similar to mahogany, but much brighter. And the blue. So here you can see it's very concentrated, and you can see that the walnut ink really coming through, whereas here where I really watered it down greatly for what I was doing, it is the blue really comes out. Some water on it so you can see some of the blue coming through there. And then the yellow. So also to keep in mind with these, they come in different, now the pigments are anywhere from 20 to 40 grams or 0.7 ounces to 1.3 ounces depending on the pigment. So that's where what comes into play on the sizes, because some pigments are heavier than others. I'm going to come up here with concentrated, and then I'm going to come in and get some additional water to that so we can see what it is like thinner. Crystal on my brush. That's not helping. You can see it there. The yellow comes through. It's like a yellow ochre. Sometimes flashes of brighter yellow can come through. Oh, you are working with pigments, so that makes a big difference. And then, of course, I do have the black. I do not have the green, which is surprising because the green is one of my favorites. There we go. So there you can see all the colors that I have in the powder and in the sprays. But like the yellow, I can create my own yellow spray because I do have the pigment, as well as the red. I can do the red as well because I do have the red pigment. So I just would like to get the green and in the pigment so I can make more, because I use a lot of the green. It's been my go-to color. And there's an image here that I'm gonna show you. Move these to the side of using some rust powder, and you can see the green that I sprayed on that as well. So definitely nice. So with the bisters, you do want to use varnish. So good varnish is the easy varnish, and you can put that over the top of your liquid bister or anything you do with either of the bisters really, and to use it for so it's not water reactive and becomes more permanent. So that's an option. Well, thank you so much for being here for another installation of the Powertex product information, and I hope to see you next month.